I've seen this door before. It stands at the end of a corridor with a lone fluorescent tube flickering overhead. The soft buzz resonates against bare concrete, and dust swirls in its feeble glow. The handle is cold under my grip. It feels strangely significant, though I can't say why. I ease the door open, making sure it closes behind me, and step into the chamber beyond. A slow, pronounced ticking meets my ears, a Roman clock perched high on one wall, its hands grinding forward with measured insistence. The space is vast, its ceiling lost in shadows. Cracked pillars lie scattered across the floor, mingling with fragments of wooden crates and corroded machinery. Every surface bears a film of dust, like a tomb long sealed. The fluorescent hum follows me, melding with the tick of the clock. I pick my way between piles of stone and twisted metal. Pottery shards crunch under my boots, each step drawing me deeper into this quiet ruin. The atmosphere clings thickly, as though the room itself waits for something to happen. Then I catch a flicker of movement off to my left, a silhouette slipping behind an overturned shelf. Shit. I'm not alone. "Hey, you're not supposed to be here," I call out, trying to sound official even though I fully realize I'm being hypocritical. The figure stalls, then darts away, vanishing behind a collapsed column. I linger for a moment, debating whether to follow, but an odd sense of purpose tugs me forward instead. It's as if I've come here with a goal I never consciously chose, something at the center of this debris. I press on, noticing half-crumbled inscriptions on toppled slabs, the symbols worn nearly smooth. Rusted brackets and bent iron rods hint at devices I can't begin to identify. The fluorescent lamp flickers overhead, casting my elongated shadow over broken pillars. Every now and then, the Roman clock's steady tick seems to intensify, keeping time with my heartbeat. Suddenly, I spot the silhouette again on the far side of the chamber. They're crouched by a leaning panel of metal, peering at me. My chest tightens with the same mixture of alarm and curiosity as before. "Hey, you're not supposed to be here," I repeat. But my voice was a bit shaky. I was starting to get a bit anxious of who they were. They tense, just as they did before, then run to a pedestal and vanish right in front of my eyes. I've got to be hallucinating. Twice now I've shouted the same warning, and twice they've run, but now they're gone. It feels strangely cyclical, but I can't piece together why. Shaking off the unease, I push farther into the chamber. Broken beams and collapsed shelves funnel me toward a broad clearing in the center. There I find a solitary pedestal rising from the rubble, almost untouched by the decay around it. On top rests a small metallic cube, anchored in place by a shallow frame. Under the flickering lamp, it gleams unnervingly clean. My gut clenches. Everything else in this chamber is old, battered, corroded. Yet the cube appears pristine, etched with delicate lines that might be writing or circuitry. Dust clings to every corner, but not to this artifact, as though it repels time itself. I approach carefully, each footstep stirring up clouds of grit that swirl in the fluorescent glow. From behind a fallen column off to my right, a head pokes out. The silhouette again. My heart stutters. We've repeated this cat and mouse dance twice already. I called, they fled. Now they watch me, uncertain. I can almost feel their tension, mirroring mine, as though we're caught in the same puzzle from opposite sides. I look at the cube. There's a slight protrusion on one of its edges, a button set flush with the surface. I hover my hand near it, but then a scuff of movement behind me makes me turn. The silhouette steps into a dim patch of light, shoulders hunched like they're bracing for the worst. They speak at last, voice sharp with alarm. "Hey! You're not supposed to be here!" My blood runs cold. It's the exact phrase I used. word for word, even matching my tone. The echo of my own command grips me with a shock of confusion and déjà vu. How can they be repeating me so precisely? They edge closer, tension in every line of their posture. It's as if we swapped roles. Earlier I shouted at them. Now they're shouting at me, using the same words. I swallow hard and glancing between them and the cube, and decided to move out of sight. The pattern is too strong to ignore. I've yelled that line twice, and now I'm hearing it back. Each small confrontation is doubling onto itself. My mind reels with the possibility that we're acting out the same script, each of us at different stages in the same sequence. The figure steps back and examines the area around them, exactly the way I did moments ago after shouting. My chest tightens at the realization. We're repeating each other's movements, as though time itself has folded around us. The overhead lamp buzzes louder in my awareness, or maybe my senses are in overdrive. The clock's ticking underlines every second. I crouch down and turn to the pedestal again, drawn by the impossible cleanness of the cube. The frantic momentum of the past few minutes surges inside me, urging me to resolve this endless repetition. I need to go back to it. Footsteps scrape across the floor. I look over my shoulder. The silhouette emerges again from the darkness, eyes fixed on me. Their voice shakes as they shout a second time. "Hey! You're not supposed to be here!" They echo me perfectly, as though the script demanded the same line in the same tone. In that instant, I remember closing the door behind me when I first entered, the hush I felt in the corridor, the sense that someone else had done the same thing from the other side. Past and future, present and reflection. I can't tell which is which anymore. I make a run towards the cube. My fingers settle on the metal, which is chilling to the touch, as if it's been stored in ice. The button feels made to be pressed, an inevitable pivot in whatever's happening here. My stomach knots. I suck in a sharp breath, and my hand trembles over the button. We're locked in a loop of repeating words and mirrored gestures, each of us having entered this place to find the other. Perhaps pressing the button is my only way out. Panic meets resolve as I push the button. I'm not sure why, but I swear,